This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by my good friend, and the hardcores might not like this one because it'll probably be us just chatting shit throughout the interview. Mr. Ollie Ball, how are you, my
How
friend?
are you? I'm amazing. I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thank you for making the time. Had a Misfits this week. We got Jay Swindler fighting in Telford, while the Sharks on the card, Dina Great, as we were just saying, Tempo Arts, Astrid Wet. The list goes on. Just firstly, looking forward to it. We're seeing more and more dates announced now from Misfits.
Yeah, I can't wait. To be honest, there's plenty of events this year that have been announced, um, and yeah, it's an action-packed year for Misfits, and I can't wait.
It is an action-packed year for Misfits. The Ibiza date, and we'll speak a little bit like that. I'm sure you're eager to get yourself on that. It's something that certainly got me excited. On Saturday night, is there anything on the card that's sticking out for you, and ones that you're sort of interested in?
Um, I'm gonna make a rogue shout very early on. Fight of the night: Dean Gray and Pulley. I think that's going to be a great fight.
Dean the Great's he's come into the ring and he's still using his come into the fighter hotel, still using his ICB belt, which a few people raised a few eyes at. He's been getting a little bit of stick recently. I think maybe to do with the rematch not happening yet. I believe they'll both fight Saturday and that will probably be made. But the stick deserved or no?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, Waleed and Dean was a great fight, quality fight, but I think they both needed to get another one before they go again because Waleed that it was like he was very tight, kind of raw, if you know what I mean. Like Dean was obviously more experienced, but Waleed did really well, and I think they both need to get another fight under the belt and then hopefully go again because the second one will be quality.
Ollie Astrid Wet and AJ Bunker fight for the Misfits Flyweight Championship. Astrid's only fought Keeley before. Is it in your opinion, are you able to go straight into these Misfits title fights having only beaten Keeley before? You know, Elle Brooks, someone who's spoken about as like probably the top of this sort of women's influencer scene. I know they're not the same weight, but should they just be throwing in titles for their early fights?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's a title worthy match. I think Elle should be fighting for the title. If I'm honest, obviously it's not the same weight, but
Yeah.
she should have had a title fight. Um, I don't think Astrid deserves it. If I'm honest,
Yeah.
I mean she works hard. She obviously is very determined, but I think she did need maybe this fight, another, and then Elle. But I mean, it is what it is. But I do think AJ will win, if I'm honest.
Obviously, the titles are exciting, and there's so many weight categories in boxing. But this is something we're early in the development in Misfits. I think it launched. The first event was August last year. We don't just want to throw a load of guys in for titles and then maybe 1, 2 years down the line find a crop that might be a little bit better, perhaps. That want the titles and aren't able to get them because they're all held up by maybe people that shouldn't deserve them.
Yeah, Zach, spot on, spot on. That perfect from you, absolutely perfect.
That's what I do, Ollie, mate.
I might as well just sit here and be quiet and just let you speak. But yeah, I don't think it is a title worthy match. But it should be entertaining.
Ollie, one that I'm just looking at now, Ginty takes on Halal Ham. Ginty's looked all right in the past. JMX obviously was a bit of a step up, but JMX has got that man strength as well. Ginty's sort of similar age to us. He fights Halal Ham. I don't know much about Halal Ham, but I know he trains with Salt Pappy, and I know he fought Salt Pappy before. Could that be a little bit of a fun fight?
I think it will be. I mean, Ginty did very well against JMX, but he's very tall. I know Halal Ham's not. So I think that'll work in Ginty's favour. Um, but it should be a good fight. I know Halal Ham's been working hard with Salt Pappy, training a lot and doing a lot. So I think it'll be a very entertaining fight. Like, probably Ginty in my eyes. Could have. the height and all that. But it should be very entertaining.
We will just quickly run through the rest of the card. Obviously, King Kenny is back against Ashley Rex, who I think expected to win that one. We know Ashley's fought before against Anthony Taylor. We know that he's tough and durable. Maybe a bit of a sort of stay there opponent for the time until the bigger fights can be made. Temper Arts Godson, I mean, I don't really know much. I'll be
Yeah.
perfectly honest. The main event, what do you make of Jay Swindler's opponent?
I mean, if I'm honest, I've not seen a great deal. Obviously, ages ago there was a bit of sparring footage on Twitter, but there was nothing that stuck out. But we'll have to see because I know Jay's he's just a madman. He's hard as nails, and it'll be entertaining. But I think Jay will win, and I just think he'll smash him if I'm honest because we've not seen much. I mean, he could come out and be
Yes, of course, I
unreal.
saw, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to write that off, but I do think Jay's going to win.
In terms of from a creator side, I mean, my knowledge is certainly a little bit behind yours, but what is his opponent like? I mean, I'd not actually heard of him before the fight was
I,
announced.
I, I've not either. I've
Oh,
never.
great, great. That's yeah.
Yeah, I've never. I remember it was at the last event when it was on the screens, and I was like, who is that? I didn't have a.
I was a little bit surprised that Jay was headlining, obviously headlined in Sheffield and now headlining again in Telford. There's obviously some quite other big names on the card. Is he a headline fighter?
Um, I think for this type of event he is, where there's a couple of good fights on the undercard, and then there's him, but I don't think he'll be headlining the
Yeah,
likes of
the big arena ones.
the London cards. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Ollie. On to yourself. Obviously, we spoke before in our interview back in that was January, actually. That was this year. Uh,
That was before my birthday.
it was before your birthday. You're now 18.
18. Any ladies?
Um, saw all the porn stars giving you a shout out saying finally 18. A little bit dodgy, but we move.
Hey, we've been waiting patiently.
um, just in terms of you, your training, you're taking it very seriously. I've got to say, you don't half don the Everlast jumper and the Cortez cap nicely together. Look like a seasoned athlete. I'm just going through your Instagram now. Are you enjoying it? I know August is the date. You're still
Oh,
putting weight ticking over. But do you feel like a bit of a I know there's so many people that go into this and they don't really have the experience and something yourself and your manager have always said is if we're going to do this, we're going to do it properly. Do you feel like you're starting to sort of take on a bit?
yeah. I mean, when I first started, I was terrible. I was knackered all the time. I was like so heavy, and now I'm losing weight. I'm getting better. I'm improving. So it's amazing. I love it.
What's the one thing at the minute that you're sort of learning more as the months go on? Is it could even be stuff like footwork, combinations, etc. Like you don't realize just how intricate it is until you get in the ring.
Yeah, exactly. I'm working a lot on my jab. I'm trying to get that perfect because everyone knows it's one of, if not the best, the most important part of boxing. So I'm working on that a lot, trying to perfect it. And obviously footwork, just getting that nailed down.
Ollie, what were your rounds with Jack McGann like? He fights Friday night on a Nielsen show. I was just with Mark now, and obviously, I know you put that little thing brackets Tom Hardy's mate. You always have Stephen Graham at his fights and stuff, but someone who's clearly backed well, has a lot of support. What do you make of it? Mum, I'm in the middle of an interview. What do you make of Jack McGann, and do you think Friday night he will be victorious?
Oh, Jack McGann's amazing. He's quality. Very, very nice guy. Very funny guy. Very good boxer as well. I think he will win on Friday. It's been moved to the main event. I think
Yes,
there's a
main event now
yeah,
because Ijaz Ahmed and Casey Kadimi fell through, unfortunately. So
yeah. So I think he'll win. He puts in a lot of hard work. He trains a lot. I know that. But he's an all round top guy. But yeah, he'll win. He'll win.
Ollie, finally from me, Tommy Fury, Jake Paul. How can we not speak about it? I actually quite enjoyed the fight. I think you've got to embrace it for what it is. It is two raw novice pros fighting in a high stakes grudge match. How did you see the fight, Tommy? In my opinion, the deserved victor. Referee was a madness. I think two 10-8 rounds, three 10-8 rounds given throughout the fight, and only one knockdown. But ended up being quite a fan-friendly fight. And Jake Paul is now first loss as a professional. We can put the Canelo claims to bed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Them rogue claims by Jake, but I thought Jake did very, very well. I thought he did well. I mean, obviously Tommy just did what he had to do. He boxed him, um, but Jake did very well. He surprised me. I thought he was going to get knocked out, if I'm honest. But I'm excited to see what Jake does next. Does he like have a easy winnable fight? Does he go JJ and then the rematch with Tommy, or does he go straight into the rematch? I don't know, but yeah, Tommy did very well, showed what he can do, and he won.
If KSI is next, I know Mams Taylor's come out and said that they are willing to make that fight in the summer, push it forward, as sort of like an in-between fight, I suppose, and winner gets Tommy or whatever. Who wins KSI, Jake Paul? From a pro standpoint, we genuinely think Jake's like levels above. We love like KSI and what he does and everything. But when you compare the resumes, to me, there's like you go from Temper to Tommy Fury and Anderson Silva. And I know these guys are MMA perhaps, well, obviously not Tommy Fury, but it seems like vast levels apart.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I mean, Jake's for me as like if I wasn't a creator and all that, and I was just looking in on it, I'd say Jake would win. But I
Mm.
know what JJ's like, and I know he'll put in a lot of hard work, so I know he'll get a lot better for that Jake fight. But if he was to fight right now, I would have to say Jake, even though I would want JJ to win, but I would have to say Jake. But if it is in the summer, you never know.
Even by the end of the year, can JJ do enough in that time? I mean, we're seeing these sparring clips from Joe Fournier and etc. I won't make any comment myself, but people have hit back a little bit and almost look like they're falling over themselves.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
some of these
yeah.
guys, there really is a big step from Temper to someone of Jake Paul's level.
Yeah, I mean, if JJ beats Fournier, if he fights him, even if he fights him and then beats him, I think that will give him a bit more type of like courage or like give him a bit of a boost. And I just think he'll carry on getting better. So I think if it is in December, I think JJ will win. But if it's summer, I think Jake might win. It hurts me to say, but
Big
I'm
ball.
an honest man. I'm an honest man. What can I
That's
say?
what we asked for, eh? Look, Ollie, always a pleasure, my brother. Thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social. We await your ring debut, maybe August time. Waiting patiently, me myself anyway. Final message, Ollie?
Um, everybody get in the gym and everybody have a great day.
Wow, spoken like a pure gent. Ollie Ball,
Just
thank you very much, my friend.
love it.